All right. What's going on, everyone? Aaron here, Clean Cuts Lawn Care. It is Wednesday morning. So it's actually, what is it? April the 9th. Wednesday, April the 9th. You can see every night this week we have gotten snow. Okay, I mean, you can see on the truck, you know, nothing on the concrete, but you know, it is sticking to the grass every night. So I have a cleanup right down here that they have, like, you guys have seen it on camera. You know, they have like a big wooded backyard, and I was supposed to already have that cleanup done, but I can't because it's so wet from the snow. So I've been doing other jobs. Not yesterday, the day before, I did a mulch install, property cleanup, topsoil, grass seed, and straw install, all at one house. Today I'm trimming some shrubs, installing some mulch, cutting down one shrub. I think I'm creating an edge on one bed, you know, stuff like that. I have two more decent mulch installs, but they're both on hold. One doesn't want it put in yet, and the other one is getting a tree taken down and the stump grinded that's in the bed. So he wants to wait, and I have to remind him that whoever grinds that stump needs to take the clippings. I'm not. There's no dump around here that accepts clippings. So and I know the person who's going to do the grinding, and he's not going to take the clippings even for extra money. So that guy's going to be in a little bit of a pickle because I'm not taking them. All right, so I just got the mulch. This job's only about 10 bags that I'm going to, and then that other cleanup I was saying with the wooded area, it has a small area of about 2 bags. But I've been using a lot of bag mulch this season because the supplier near me raised their prices to where, you know, it's the same as bag mulch. Plus, right now at Menards, well, most of the year, you get an 11% rebate on everything you buy. So, you know, like right now, we have like $40 worth of rebates that we're mailing in this week. And we've already mailed in others. All right, so I got to go to the shop, get my trailer, you know, grab my shrub trimmers, pole saw attachment, stuff like that. But really cool, let's before we do that, let's do a little comment reading, huh? That'll be fun. So the comment we're gonna read, I just seen this morning, but it's from 4 days ago. But I didn't see it in time, but I did reply this morning. So this is from Benny Boy 7114. Benny Boy. Benny Boy says, laugh out loud, period. I do anything under an acre for $50. Mow, weed eat, edge, and yard clean up. From hearing you talk, I can see why you don't have as much work. Okay. Now then, someone replied to him, Eric Smith 5083. What up, Eric? And he replied to Benny Boy 7114, and he said, you are part of the problem. Anything under an acre for $50. You'll work all day and make what, $250, maybe $300? People like you are why the industry is trash now. Now that's the comment I actually seen this morning, and I didn't know like what the comment was in reference to, and then I opened it up and seen old Benny Boy 7114, old Benny. So I would reply to old Benny Boy 7114 and I said, I don't have work? That's funny. I can loan you work and still be full. I'm only adding mowing customers because how many customers passed away / went into homes over the winter? Anything under 50? Or anything under 450? Loser prices. You're a joke. So here's the thing. Let's talk about that for a second. Yard cleanup as well? And you're proud of this? You're admitting to this? Look, don't tell anyone about this. Don't even tell your wife about this. All right, that's grounds for divorce. That you're out here leaving all that money on the table, son. Yard cleanup. So you're gonna go mow, trim, edge, full yard cleanup, blow everything off for 50 for an acre or under? Benny Boy 7114. Why? Again, this is from that video, like what happened to this industry, or you know, where I was talking about people giving these crazy. Benny Boy is probably the post I seen. The reason I made the video, I bet that was him. It's him. It has to be. Anyway. Why? Why go through the headache of running the business, you know, dealing with trucks, equipment, customers, phone calls, scheduling, routing? Why? For them prices. I promise you, you could go work at an entry-level job and make more. At least the same. Like you posted that like you're proud of it. Ha ha ha! I do an acre or under, everything, including cleanup, $50. You don't have any work. Ha 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 ha! The joke ain't on me, dumbass. It's on you. I would delete that before more people see it. And then change what you're doing. So, if that mow is $50, you're doing the whole yard cleanup. Hey, asshole, I would charge $400 for the cleanup alone. That's what I charge. For a $50 mow property, I'm gonna charge them $400 for a cleanup. And guess what? They're happy to pay it. Okay, I don't have work. Listen, I have turned down more work than you can even fit on your schedule. Benny Boy 7114, okay? 2 years ago, I could have split off into 2 mowing crews, 2 snow removal crews. Even if we did all of our cleanups and landscaping jobs together, I still could have split off the mowing and snow removal. But instead, I gave all that work away because I didn't want to deal with the headache of more workers and whatnot. Don't have work? What are you, out of your mind? The only thing I have to add, like I said, is the mowing, because a lot of customers this year passed away. God rest their souls. But that's it. Other than that, listen, come August, September, I can't wait for the snow to fly just to get a break. Okay, because I'm buried in work every year. I've never, from day one, I've never lacked for work. Even the first year running it part-time, me and my wife had to start the route on Friday evening after work just to make sure we had enough time during the weekend to get everything done. And that was when I was running it part-time. And I was still constantly worried, am I gonna get it all done? Am I gonna get it all done? So come the next year when I went full-time, shit, I was already giving work away. That first year of being full-time, I was already passing work off to someone else. So, listen, Benny Boy 7114. If you want to know how to get customers, how to fill your schedule, how to actually make money from the services, give me a call. I'll help you out. All right, real quick, if you guys can see, I have my mowing set up ready to go for next week. The setup I'm going with right now, the 36-inch SWZT36 I bought from Bill. I added the Bradley Sulky onto it. That was $500 by itself. Getting it attached was a little bit of a problem. I need to get 2 more bolts in it, but it is attached and secured for now, but I want to get 2 more bolts in it. I did have to use spacers to be able to get it up to where it clamps. I am going to start off the season using our second 30-inch Toro Time Master, just because how wet everything is right now. Then I'll be switching over to the 30-inch Exmark X Series. Just got this one, has the Kohler Command Pro on it. Just over 1 gallon gas tank. I'll do a review on it. This thing is heavy though. It's heavy, there's no doubt about it. I bought this about a week ago at Worcester's. You know, being that I have no work, I don't know how I was able to buy that, you know, because I have no work, I make no money. But, you know, over the winter, I don't know, over the winter we probably dropped about $7 grand on equipment. I don't know how you do that without work, but, you know, anyway. So, yeah, I'm going to start off with my small trailer, my 5x8, and then by the time Robbie comes back, I'll switch it over and we'll use our 7x12. Tell you what, man, all I'm trying to do is leave the shop and get to my job, but even then, I can't. Look at this. I mean, look at this. Hi, Aaron. This is Sarah at blank. I'm not going to say the address. Would you be able to get us on the schedule for a spring leaf cleanup? We also have some branches and stuff that need to be cleaned up. That's a fall cleanup customer only that, bam, just out of nowhere hits me with another job. And right before then, another one-off customer we only do leaf cleanup for hits me up and says, hey Aaron, would you be able to come measure our mulch beds and install mulch for us? Oh my, I'm actually getting work. Oh my God, this never happens. 7114. I'm gonna cut that out. Okay. A lot of this is just moss. Now, I almost didn't do this job, and I'll tell you why. Some of you will recognize that yard right there. We mowed it for 3 years. And the guy who mows this yard, I know him. We spoke a lot. And he told her he wasn't coming back this year for this yard. So she called me. I gave her the price, and she said it was a little bit more than what she was paying, but she wanted us to do it. And I explained to her that the reason it's a little higher is because we bag the first month of mowing and periodically through the season as well, and definitely some in the fall, and we haul that grass away, and have to take it to the dump, which costs us money. And her guy does not bag at all, ever. Even first few mows on a small property, he will double cut it, but however it looks is how it looks. And I've seen this yard be left like you wouldn't believe. Clumps everywhere, rows of grass everywhere, the driveway, grass on it. In fact, I put it in a video. I put this driveway in a video. It was full of grass one week, a couple years ago. And yeah, it's in a video. I can't remember which one, but it's there. And when I explained all that to her, she said, yeah, that's okay, I understand. And she said, let's go ahead with the mowing. Then she wanted an estimate for what we're doing now. I came about 3 or 4 days later, did the estimate, got the job, and then afterwards she told me he is coming back to mow. And I almost didn't do the job at that point. I didn't want it. I don't need the work. I have a ton of work. But in the end, I decided to just go ahead and do it. All right, got a lot of it cleaned up, a little more than half. Once I finish cleaning it up by hand, I'm gonna take the blower, blow the loose stuff over, and then you can see a lot of the front has nothing, but a lot of the back is higher with old mulch. I'm gonna grab my hard rake, kind of level it off a little bit, and then I'll put the new mulch on it. All right, like I said, I'm gonna level this off a little bit. All right, this is the next bed, just this one, and that's the shrub that's coming out in the back corner. It's huge. Okay, now I'm only going up to the rocks with the bed. But let's move these so we can get some mulch in here. All right. I might be a little close on the mulch. I have 2 more bags in the trailer that was going somewhere else. I'm sure I'll be using it here. Though. All right, I just have to blow the edges, you know, get that cleaned up, the edges cleaned up, that is, and all done. Let's go look at the back. This one's all done. And that tree's down, so we're all good. All right, that job's over. I'm gonna go do some measurements. There's really no point in going to do any of the cleanups that are left because the grass is soaked right now. Even though the sun's out and it's warming up, the grass is not going to dry until 5 o'clock tonight. So anyway, the customer, you know, was real happy with everything. The guy who mows that lady's lawn I just did that job for, he's $30 a month cheaper than us. But here's the thing. Again, he does not bag ever for any reason. You should see the driveway, you know, because he uses a stand-on. I mean, every time in the spring the driveway is covered in grass and, you know, globs of it where it's fallen and they didn't blow it all off. Which, I mean, that's fine, you know, that's how they do it, but she said she's asked him about landscaping jobs, he don't do it. Asked him about spring and fall cleanup, he don't do it. Asked him about snow removal, he don't do it. Why wouldn't you just want to spend the extra, why wouldn't you just spend the extra $30 a month, get a higher quality service, and have access to all the other services that you ask for and want? Because it's not like anytime she calls, I'm going to put her on the schedule, because I'm sure just like many of you guys, our mowing customers have first priority. And I'll give you an example. Let's say I get a new mowing customer today. We mow all season for them. Fairly confident they're going to stay a mowing customer, and they want to go on our snow removal route. Well, let's say I have no room, right? Well, a non-mowing snow customer is being kicked off the route for them to go on it, because they're a year-round customer. You know, at least if it's mowing and snow removal. Even if we don't do spring and fall cleanup, still they're a multi-service customer and they have priority. So, you know, it's not like she's gonna call and, you know, I'm always gonna be able to put her on the schedule, because it don't work that way, because my schedule's always full. 71-14. Idiot. So anyway, heading to the shop, gonna drop this off, go do a couple measurements. No point in starting another job right now. I already know the grass is soaked. What the hell? I don't know if you guys heard that. A car just backed out down the, I can see it from here. Yep, a car just backed out of their driveway onto the main road while traffic was going, and they backed right into a car. Wow. So no point in starting another a job right now. It's going to be a complete disaster. Hopefully we don't get that snow overnight, you know, then I can go get a couple of these cleanups done right away in the morning. Because come Monday, we're mowing, baby. We're mowing. All right, if you liked the video, hit like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Except you, 71-14. Let me know everything I'm doing wrong, and keep them edges clean, boys. I'm out. All right, I don't know if you guys can see it. That right there is the boom of a crane, and then there's a basket, the yellow basket, with a guy in the basket, but I'm not 100% certain what he's doing. I'm gonna go on the other side and try to get a better look.